sheriffs, that would be a,
Okay,
okay. Public.
We're good?
safety thing.
Yep. All right, as it is 7:01, we will officially call this meeting to order. If the council's had time to review the claims for payment as well as the minutes from last month's meeting, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes and the claims.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second on the table. Any further discussion? None heard. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Open forum. Have no one for open forum. So we'll move on to the Sheriff's Department quarterly update. We have a copy of their report. They did not believe they were going to be able to be present to field any questions or give an overview themselves.
They're hoping to make it before the end of the meeting, but not
Oh.
sure if they'll get there or not, or get here or not. Okay.
Well, we could skip over that one then and see if they can come in a little bit time.
Could we talk about that, the properties on Main Street that
Oh,
may
yes.
be in non-compliance?
What was
Maybe
the answer on that
from the attorney,
from the attorney?
I think it was,
Was it in here?
No, it's not in the packets.
Oh,
We need to compile a letter and send it out to that property plus the other property that's non-compliant. And then give them a specific time frame of when they have to become in compliance by. And then proceed from there. And the attorney was gonna look into, like what the fines, fees, and go from there. Will be compared to considered in our ordinance.
how would we as a council know if they were in compliance? Does that mean they have to prove they're running a business somehow, or how would you, that would be, I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah, I'm not
Mhm.
really sure on that one.
Maybe a
I
question for
mean,
the attorney, I don't know how we would.
Is it that they have to run a business or that they can't live on?
Right,
it's more so that they can't
Okay.
live on the first floor of the property. If they were living on the second floor of the property, they would be in compliance. But that would mean the property would have to have a second floor, which some do and some don't.
You mentioned that there's another property that is out of compliance. I'm not aware of that. I'm only, and I don't know for sure about this one. I've heard that the quilt shop is not in compliance. Or we denied the variance, right? And then rumor is they're living there. I don't know if they are or they aren't. And I don't know how to prove that.
see, that's the question. How do we
How do we prove if they're,
Is that something, that'd be a question for the attorney to see if law enforcement can, if they can just, I don't know how that works, I mean, I don't know if they can just.
well, it's an ordinance
Right.
that says you cannot.
But they don't have to
Maintain
allow law enforcement or anybody else into their property if they don't want to, right? Or how you.
Obviously,
I don't know the
because
answer to that.
1060
That's, yeah,
didn't allow it, so.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I mean, I guess I just asked the question because it keeps coming up that they're living there and we've denied that. So I guess rather than have it continue to just, because I kind of suspect, like I mentioned in the email, we're enabling it to happen if it's happening.
so maybe once a letter gets drafted, you can shoot it off to the attorney.
and have them kind of.
And have them look over it and say, okay, we send this out now, how are we gonna be able to determine if they're in compliance or not in compliance? What's their suggestion for that?
And that's the only, if there is another one, Tracy, that we're aware of, I think we should definitely do
Yeah.
it to those people also. I don't know of another one, but if there is, this is the only one I ever hear about. So.
Okay. We could come back to the sheriff's office if when they're able to show up. We'll move on to Public Works Maintenance Update.
I got a really short report this week here, the vendors, of course, are out and they want us to order, our yearly stuff, we ordered some paint, we ordered some, weed killer, we didn't get a chance to put the weed killer down last year, so, that's when we're talking about sanitary sewer weed killer, we're talking about in the ponds, on waterborne weed killer, and we have to do that when we have the water low, so we have to have the stuff on hand, otherwise it takes more chemical. We're gonna be sending our test equipment in for calibration after we do our monthly bacteria test tomorrow. That's on a contract that the council has approved, and we're just keep on doing it every year to keep our stuff compliant. We did plow snow on Saturday, that was an iffy deal. Didn't have to by any means, but we got a lot of comments saying, hey, that's great, let the sun do its thing this time of year. We seen that happen on Saturday afternoon, really cleaning up some stuff, so. Parks, Tracy and I are still working on splash pad stuff with Corey, and, that's about it. We're, looking at replacing trimmers and that kind of stuff, and Dusty and I are both convinced we need to start going with electrical stuff instead of gas. The cost has come way down on that, and it's a lot of versatility, so we'll be looking to make moves that way, just easier to maintain. Any questions, any? Yeah. All we got.
Anything further for Dave? No, thanks, Dave. All right, moving on to the wet well quote for the splash pad.
Was this part of the original plan then?
I was going to ask.
Or is this being used, what is this?
This is where, when the water goes from the pond to the sprinkler system, it needs to be this well, we can pump and everything. It could probably fill you in better on what I'm missing there, but that's the
And this
gist
is,
of it.
this is something the engineer that's hired by the splash pad group has approved this, or,
Yeah, you put all the specs and stuff
Oh,
together,
okay.
everything.
Is this additional, or is this part of the original,
Part of the
what was budgeted for, and, okay.
we haven't come close to meeting the budget yet on that.
No.
I mean,
So do we pay for this and then they reimburse us, or
Well,
is
the-
this,
The city has to pay for it everything up front, and then the splash pad or the grants will end up reimbursing us for most of it, if not all of it.
And the grant will pay 50% up to 350,000,
up to 350?
with 50%, so if it only ends up being 600,000, then it'd be 300,000. You have to have all the invoices and everything prepared and
Okay,
send in,
okay. Thank you.
Including the in-kind stuff.
including the kind of stuff, yeah.
Do you know, was everything itemized out initially? And is this price within what was expected?
I looked back, Julia, thought that you might be asking that. This was originally a $4,800 bid 2 years ago. It's now gone up to.
Well, so $400. That's not surprising. Cost increases.
Do you want a motion for this?
So
I make a motion, we approve the quote from Old Castle Infrastructure for the wet well splash pad.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second on the table to approve the quote For the wet well,
Julie, I have one comment on this. We do have some parts, you know, like that $559 lid that we may be able to use. We don't know what we're gonna have for a door. We've got some sections at $250 a foot. We might be able to save a 3-foot, 4-foot section in there. I just have to work with the contractor. So this may come in a lot lower, but we need to get it authorized for as it's listed.
so the motion should say up to?
Yep.
It's your motion, isn't it? Okay.
I'm okay with
Give you a
that also,
second.
yes.
All right, any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. All right, purchase of 22 Christmas wreath decorations for the green poles. The green poles are not all lit, are they, Dave?
No,
They don't all have power. Do you remember off the top of your head how many have power and how many don't? I couldn't tell on this estimate how many were lit and how many were unlit.
Dawn had that when we were putting this together, so I think that she's representing it correctly. That's the but I didn't verify that, I didn't bring this forward, so. I would say, off the top of my head, that we've got 5 that are unpowered. 5 green poles that are unpowered.
Are these like exactly the same as what's we have now, just new ones, is that, we're just replacing what, because don't we have wreaths right now? So, right, on the green ones?
We do, but aren't those the,
I don't know. I mean, that's the
aren't those the ones we
Spray painted
We
those
spray
on?
painted
Yes.
those?
question. The bowls, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just replacing like with like, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, was the actual wreath in bad shape? I mean, it is possible to just get new bows too, but I would not recommend spray painting them
No,
again.
no. Just wondering if is this what, because there's a committee, is this what the
Yeah.
committee recommended?
The committee hasn't met,
Oh.
so I like the idea of wreaths. My vision is when we have old fashioned Christmas, I'd like our Main Street and our pole to look old fashioned, like the old fashioned Main Street.
With,
So I like the idea of the garland and the wreaths and,
so we're still gonna have the garland that goes around the pole on the bottom, that's a separate than this, right?
Yeah.
that's separate from this.
We already have that, or?
Yes. We
We have some of that, I don't know if it's in the best shape.
Some of them could use replacing,
Yeah.
but, yeah.
It's nice to have them work when they go on, not
Yeah.
have something out of it.
Yeah, a dumb question. So we last month accepted a gift from the Lions for 4,000 or 5,000, one of the two.
Mhm.
And then the next item on the agenda kind of covers this. Is that
Portion of this.
fair?
Well,
Okay,
no, we ordered the lit stars.
Those are
from
those
the
are-
Lions.
those are different.
Highway poles.
Those are different. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the money for this is coming from where? Do we determine that?
Part of it is coming from the next item on the agenda, and then the other part of it would probably end up having to come from the general fund.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And we've got a little bit of cushion in the general fund, so that. Now's the time to get them. If we wait,
Yeah.
the cost is going to be more than double, so.
Okay. So,
And then the price on here does not include shipping. When I was trying to get an guesstimation, for how much it was gonna be, I would add in probably close to $1,000 for shipping. I don't think shipping's gonna be that high, but it could be, just give you a rough guesstimation.
What about picking them
Where
up?
where do they come from?
Because I think we've done that before.
I'll drive down to Florida to get them.
Meeting
I
adjourned.
didn't think it was that far away where they were coming from, maybe, I don't know.
It's a cruise ship.
For sure they come by boat.
Good question. I don't know that that's ever been, I never heard of that
I'm pretty
part.
sure we picked
No,
those
they
up.
won't let us pick them up, they make, why the shipping cost is so high, is they have to make a crate to handle the shipment. So we actually use the crate that they sent last year's lights as a storage device.
Oh.
That's in the deal, and so the ones that the Lions ordered again will come in that same style of crate, so.
Mhm.
So not just the trucking charge, and then when I asked to go pick them up, she wouldn't let us last year.
But those are the metal lit ones. Or
Yeah, the
the,
metal stars.
or vinyl or whatever they are. Of course, these would get crushed too if you pile them on top of each other. They'll get matted down, so.
So we're thinking it could be up to 8 grand. So we'll need 6,000 in general fund.
And you think that's doable, Clayton?
Yeah.
Well, we're at 1.7.
Yeah, worst case scenario, will come out of reserves.
Oh, yeah.
It's only February.
Yeah. It will.
But the committee didn't meet, but those of
We
you,
did not meet, but-
those who are on the committee are
Honestly,
okay
we
with this.
talked about wreaths when we
Okay.
did have our meeting last year.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we talked about wreaths and the garland and new bows. That's freaking them again. So, yeah, I think it will be fun.
Well, I will move that we go forward with purchasing the 22 Christmas wreaths for the green poles on Main Street.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second on the table to approve purchase of the Christmas wreath decorations, both lit and unlit, for the 22 poles. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Alright,
Opposed? Carried. Which brings us to approving or accepting a donation of $2,000 from the Carol Setzafont family to be used toward Christmas decorations. Very generous of them. Very happy.
Make a motion to approve the generous donation from the Setzafont family for the Christmas decorations.
I'll second.
Motion and second to accept. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried. Thank you to the Setzafonts.
Yeah, thank you.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
Approve the hiring of Ben Hirschman as an on-call city employee. Did you say he works for the county?
No,
Oh.
no, he's got his class A
He's
already,
got a
you said?
CDL,
CDL.
yes, and he would be able to help out with plowing,
With plowing.
especially with our other plow driver out of commission currently.
Did he fill an application
Yes.
and everything was good? Okay. I'd make a motion to approve Ben Hirschman as an on-call employee.
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve. Any further discussion?
Oh, does he live in town here?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know who he is.
He's, Heads.
Oh, does he live behind? No, like the old dry cleaners.
Yeah.
Somebody lives in the front part, somebody lives in the back part.
Ted, he lives over there with Ted. Ted's in part and then he's in part.
Okay,
I can tell you what and what, but yeah, he's in the apartment over there.
okay. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried. Consumption and display permit for the Broster. They have requested a renewal of their permit.
This is just the annual, I'm
Yep.
assuming they've got the paperwork filled out and ready to go.
Mhm.
I make a motion to approve the renewal of the consumption and display permit.
I'll second.
I'm not sure who got it.
Okay.
Neil got it, seconded by Neil. Any further discussion?
Just offer up our blessings to the family with Betty's passing.
She passed away Sunday morning.
Yeah, so
Yeah. It's very sad.
greatly missed, be greatly missed.
She will be greatly missed. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. You know, I don't know if everyone knows, but Betty has been taking care of the weeding and at the Bird Island signs when you come into town.
Oh, really?
She took that on, decided she would keep that up and make sure it looks nice and,
Hmm.
yeah. So, thank them for that as well. 2025 spring cleanup.
Do you think that works well with the, doing it the same as the county electronics thing?
Yes, because we've done it that way for a while, I feel like and Dave can correct me if he thinks otherwise, but some people like to call here and think that we're doing it out here and bring it out here, and then we have to kind of like, no, you need to take that over there. So it kind of helps if they're both at the same time,
Yeah.
so we can direct them to the correct
Mhm.
place, or we can sometimes get it depending on the time for them, but I think it helps.
It was a good turnout last year again, wasn't it? It was quite a
Went
few.
well last year.
Did the firefighters help with that again? Or was it just you and Dusty?
No, firefighters kicked in, and Bill kicked in.
I was there
Oh,
for a
Bill,
day.
thank you, Bill.
Couldn't you hear him?
We appreciate all of you.
I could probably volunteer for a day again.
Okay.
I think it's a great service to the community.
It is.
So the lineup with the dates, we were thinking it would, the Renville County thing, May 7th and 8th
Mhm.
till 7 PM, and then city staff will close the office at noon on Friday again, as in past years.
When do we start advertising for this then, or do we send some of these flyers to businesses so that they're aware, or?
We would start that, yeah. It's probably sooner than later, but I think the last couple of years, instead of mailing a flyer to every single person in town, we been printing them on the back of the water bills.
Oh.
So sooner we can start
And
that.
putting it on the board.
Yep. Then we'll print off some things to put at the different places. Get the word out.
So is the, we use West Central Sanitation, or whoever we use, have they been contacted if these dates work?
I have not yet, because we just kind of got the Renville County thing right away, and so then the questions were, are we gonna do it on the
Yeah.
dates and try to make sure that this would be okay. So as long as they're,
They just brought the roll-offs though, didn't they?
yeah,
Mhm.
And then just
Yeah.
picked them up at a later time, so.
yeah.
But
If
you
it doesn't
want
work for them, we can always,
to try somebody else,
yeah,
but you want to make sure they get taken on Friday, I think.
yeah, because
You know, sitting over the weekend, so,
the stuff that we don't want in there.
yeah.
Yep.
Do we need to have a motion on that?
People ain't too bad about just dropping stuff off, are they, Dick?
I'm sorry, Bill, did you,
The people aren't too bad about just dropping their junk off when no one's here.
well.
I think they probably would if it was
accumulates
like that.
both before and after,
Yeah.
so I will tell you that, just like the electronic recycling.
Yeah, we may have to look into like on the spread, the prices compared to what the county prices are for like the mattress box spring and large furniture to make sure that
Yeah.
those are still. Cause I know the county has raised some of their prices for this year, I'm just
Okay.
not sure on what, but. I can
To update this before it goes out.
Yeah, update the prices for the county's sheet.
Something new that, if I can add, please, that I saw in other communities, that the new sanitation group, Sweetman, also offered discounts to other communities on stuff that was available too. So, knowing that this was going on,
What do you mean, offer these same prices to,
no, just like, okay, so I know that they had a mattress thing, you know, if I remember right from last year. Instead of having to get it there, they would offer a discount for picking those up in different communities. So I don't know if we reach out to them, if there's wanting to do that, or, you know, we're in a position that we can pick and choose is the deal. So, but other communities are cleaning up too, and, you know, so it's good, so.
did we have anyone call in advance and ask for things to be picked up at their house? We talked about offering that to the older population that aren't able to load it up and get it down here and.
I don't know if we had a lot of that last year. I think we maybe had a couple last year compared to the year prior when I was here. I think we had more of it the first year I was here. Last year it didn't seem to be as many.
Not everyone has the means to load up a mattress and box spring either
Yeah.
and haul it down, so. Okay,
So do you want to just approve the dates or how, what should we do?
I think we should approve the dates and then find out costs between like Sweetman and West Central. I think
Is that a motion?
that is a motion.
That's all I got.
motion and second to approve the dates of the city spring cleanup as Wednesday, May 7th and Thursday, May 8th. Possible changes in the fees dependent on what the companies are charging. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Statutory tort limits on the municipal tort liability insurance. We do this every year, correct?
Yes.
And every year we waive it,
I was gonna say.
correct?
Yeah.
We typically
Yes.
do.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to waive the monetary limits on municipal tort liability.
I'll second.
Motion and second to waive the monetary limits on municipal tort liability. Any further discussion? None heard, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign? Carried. And the 2024 financial statement. Looking for approval. Contingent on the auditor's approval, of course.
And the auditor will be, she was just here on Friday. She will be here next month, I believe, to give her
Full report.
full report. But there wasn't really anything that kind of stuck out in talks with her on anything that would potentially change. There's only one thing that's gonna change in this report, which would be the depreciation, because we looked through the schedule and found some stuff from a long time ago that needs to come off, so.
Is depreciated as far as it can go.
Go.
Well, that and it's stuff that just is gone, been long gone, it just
Oh.
hasn't
Okay.
made its way off too. So there's gonna be that, I know for sure that little update, but other than that, I don't know.
Which isn't a monetary change.
No,
or
it's not a
anything.
monetary, it's just a,
Okay. Can I ask a dumb question? Why do we approve it contingent upon approval? Why don't we wait for, why do we do it ahead of time? I'm trying to think of,
I think it's a law that you have to have the financial, something reported to the council within a certain amount of time. If I'm
oh,
not mistaken.
so we're at that time now, so we
Yes.
approve it and then
Right.
anything changes next month.
But the auditor does a difference. They don't report like cash basis like this.
right,
So it's a different, they have to report it according to what the state of Minnesota requires in order to be done.
Okay.
So, and I don't know, like you said, you don't, right? Am I right on that?
I think so.
Okay.
And they have, there was, the law changed last year, so they now don't have to have it reported by the end of March.
Oh,
They
okay.
now can go till the end of June. I think, or sometime in June, but depending on like different federal grants and stuff, they still have to meet that.
So the cash base is when you're reporting that way, instead of the end of March, now it's the end of June,
For the auditor.
for the auditor.
For the auditor,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
or sometime in June.
And her preliminary reports were pretty standard from what we've heard in past years.
Yeah, when she was here, there wasn't really anything that she told me that kind of stuck out that I would make it anything different compared to prior years.
Okay.
I just looked it over. I don't have any questions. I thought it was very well done. Thanks, Tracy. It takes a lot of time. I make a motion to approve the 2024 financial statement contingent on the auditor approving the numbers.
I'll second.
Motion and second for approval on the 2024 financial statement contingent on the auditor's approval. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. I didn't see any law enforcement here yet. Anything else the council wishes to discuss at this time?
We have any specific issues we wanted to discuss with law enforcement?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's been fairly. Don't say that word.
Yeah.
Low key.
I'm curious on the semi that's parked on the lawn
Where's that?
in the corner of.
Oh,
I guess I'm not by there enough to see if it's there all the time or if it comes and goes. How does it get there? Because none of those streets like that corner are truck routes, correct?
It comes and goes. I
Okay.
noticed that they were there.
And how does it back out of there? Does it take the curb? Can't imagine that's good for our,
Not a big deal.
we'll put that on the list for law enforcement to look into. If it's not already on the radar.
Yeah, they've had a few complaints about it and I've sent them what the ordinances are on it and stuff. So,
That's 410 Street, right?
Yep,
Do you think it's under that 410?
or an axle's not.
No, that's a good point.
I'm assuming it's empty, the trailer's empty. Has to be. Imagining big ruts in this. Okay. Nothing further, we'll officially close the meeting.